Hi again. I am back. It's ready to start number 10. 5 plus the square root of 6 times 4 minus the square root of 6. I'm going to FOIL. This is multiplication. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times negative 6 is negative 5 radical 6. 4 times radical 6 is positive 4 radical 6. And square root of 6 times the negative square root of 6 is negative 6. Square root of 6 times square root of 6 is simply 6. Now the 20 minus 6, that part is 14. Negative 5 plus positive 4 is negative 1. So 14 minus 1 radical 6, I'm just writing 14 minus radical 6. Alright, now 11 and 12 deal with imaginary numbers. With the plus, you simply combine the real parts. 7 plus 15 is 22. And negative 12 and negative 7 is negative 19. So 22 minus 19i. I said imaginary numbers, they do have an imaginary part, and they do have the real parts. Combine the real parts, combine the imaginary parts. Now 12, that is multiplying. 11 was addition, 12 is multiplying. We will FOIL again. Curses, FOILed again. 2 times 6, that is first, 12. 2 times negative I is negative 2i, that's outside. 3i times 6 is 18i, that's inside. And last, that is negative 3i squared. So, that's 12 minus 2i, well, let's make that plus. Negative 2 and 18 is 16. So 12 plus 16i, negative 3 times negative 1. Remember, I squared equals negative 1. So negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. 12 and 3 make 15. 15 plus 16i is my final answer. Okay, I'm going to skip 13. I'll let you guys figure that one out. 14, it says use long division. So I'm going to put 2y plus 3 on the outside, and I'm going to put 10y to the third minus 9y squared plus 6y minus 10 right there. And as I do this, remember, this is long division, and it's been a while since long division. So my lead number right now on the inside in the dividend is 10y to the third. My divisor lead number or lead expression is 2y. Lead term, I should say. Now 10 divided by 2 is 5. Y to the third divided by y is y to the second. So I'm going to put 5y to the second right there. And then I'm going to multiply. 2y times 5y squared is 10y to the third. 3 times 5y squared is 15y to the second. And then I'm going to subtract, and this is where we'll make mistakes if we're going to. 10y to the third minus 10y to the third cancels, that's why we did it. Negative 9 minus 15, that's negative 24y to the second. Let's bring down the next term, that's 6y. So I'm leading with 24, negative 24y to the second. It's over 2y. Negative 24y to the second over 2y. That is negative 12y. Negative 24 divided by 2, y squared over y. Now let's multiply. Negative 12y times 2y is negative 24y to the second. Negative 12y times 3 is negative 36y. It is time to subtract. Those cancel. 6 minus negative 36 is 6 plus 36, which is 42y. And bring down the last term, that's negative 10. And my lead is 42y. My lead is 2y. And 42 divided by 2, the y's cancel. 42 divided by 2 is 21. And 21 times 2y is 42y. 3 times 21 is 63. Those cancel. Negative 10 minus 63 is negative 73. So you remember what we do with the remainder? Put it over the divisor for the last part. And that is the answer to number 14. I'll write it down for you. 5y squared minus 12y plus 21 minus 73 over 2y plus 3. You're going to have to show your work. If I give you a test that looks like this, we're going to have to show your work on another sheet of paper, and that's going to need to be turned in. All right, that was number 14. Number 15 says use synthetic division. Do you remember that's x plus 3 is the divisor, so I'm going to put negative 3 in the box, the opposite of positive 3. And then I'm going to put the coefficients. 1, x to the third, 4x squared, negative 17x, negative 50. I didn't have to put any zeros in that time. All right. Bring down the 1, negative 3 times 1. Okay. Just occurred to me. See if you understand. It just occurred to me you couldn't see what I was writing. Negative 3. 1, 4, negative 17, negative 15. Okay, negative 3. Bring down that 1. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. 4 plus negative 3 is 1. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Negative 17 plus negative 3 is negative 20. Negative 3 times negative 20 is 60. Negative 50 plus 60 is 10. So, what that tells us is the answer, if we do everything right. We were dividing, it was x to the third. So we start here with x to the second. That answer is 1x to the second plus 1x minus 20 plus, and 10 is the remainder, 10 over x plus 3. X squared plus x minus 20 plus 10 over x plus 3. Okay. Number 16, I'm going to do on the paper as well. Number 16, we are to factor 2xz minus 3yz plus 8x minus 12y. Now let's do that by grouping. Okay. 2xz, that is 2 times x times z. Negative 3yz, that is negative 1 times 3 times y times z. 8x, that is 2 times 2 times 2 times x. This is prime factorization. Make your factor tree if it doesn't come to you naturally. Negative 1 times 2 times 2 times 3 times y for that part. All right, so we're factoring in groups. In groups, we're factoring. And what can I circle here? I can circle a z. So when I pull the greatest common factor out and then factor 2x, 2 times x, negative 1 times 3 times y, that's minus 3y. All right, that's these two. Now these two, I can pull out a 2 and another 2, and that looks like that's about it. So I got 2 times 2, which is 4. And then on the top row, I did not circle the 2 and the x. That's 2 times x. And then the negative 1 times 3 times 3y is negative 3y. I don't know if that caught my hand jumping or not, but it did. All right, so 2x minus 3y is the common factor of both those groups, 2x minus 3y, and then I'll write z plus 4, which is the coefficient of those two. And my final answer, 2x minus 3y times z plus 4. All right, I'll close for now, and we'll work on the back here in a minute.